I want to talk about something. A very simple issue. Things that we accept as facts aren't things that we accept because we have empirical evidence. Things that we accept as facts are simply things we don't question. Look, let's get into a fact. You see this coin? I have a coin in my hand. I'm going to release this coin. I'm going to let go of this coin. What's going to happen when I release it? It's going to fall. Now, I can say, is that a fact? Before I release it, is it a fact that it's going to fall? No. That's something you believe. That is what you can call a mental construct. You have the mental construct that it's going to fall. It just fell. We have mental constructs of a lot of things. Now think about when you're a superstitious person. Let's say if I had my little lucky medallion, which I wear sometimes. I don't have it now. But I'm just let me straighten my shirt. That's what I'm doing. I have a lucky medallion, which I have. If I wear it when I go to the casino, I'll win. Well, I had it with me when I was in Las Vegas. I don't know if I had it during the times I was winning. I call it my lucky medallion. I don't really believe in luck, but still, it's just a thing I have for fun. Well, one time I went to the casino in Joliet, and I forgot to take my lucky medallion. I said, "Oh man, I forgot my lucky medallion." And that day, I actually won a great deal of money. I actually won a lot of money. So my lucky medallion, there's an inconsistency with that. In other words, it seems like it doesn't make a difference whether my winning and losing would be the same with it as without it. However, the ideal is there, the mental construct. When it comes to luck and religion and science, the thing in common are certain mental constructs or systems of thinking. The difference has to do with the effectiveness of one in relation to what it means in the other. One thing about luck is luck gives you a sense of security. It's more of a psychological thing more than an empirical thing. When you have your lucky sweater or your lucky hat or your lucky shoes, you feel confident. People will believe that a thing brings them good luck, even if statistically, the statistics and scientific evidence don't bear it out. You still have your lucky thing, and you come up with excuses for why you lost this time or why things didn't work out that time. That's where people invent such things as hexes or curses, or the thing has to be a certain way in order for it to work. There's a kind of magic thinking issue. When it comes to religion, religion can't be really evaluated outside of its own system. You have to look at a thing within its own system. When I look at religion and superstition and science, I look at each one within its own system. If you judge religion by scientific standards, then religion is terrible. The superstition is terrible. If you judge religion and science by superstition standards, and then bringing you some comfort, some comforts and confidence, both of them are failures. If you look at superstition and science from a religious perspective, then science and superstition are failures. There was something I had said some time ago when I said a good orange is a terrible apple. If you expect an orange to have the qualities of an apple, then an orange, even the best orange, even a perfect orange, is a complete and dismal failure by the standards of an apple. And vice versa. An apple is a terrible orange. I was thinking about a situation having nothing to do with religion when I first came up with this. I actually wrote an essay. One day I may publish that essay. It's unpublished. It's an essay I wrote called a good orange is a bad apple. And it was a reference to the situation in the job I was in before, in a past job, where I was labeled a bad employee. And I kept thinking, no, I'm not a bad employee. I kept thinking about that and thinking. And then it suddenly hit me. I said, you know what? When you think about it, the answer to that is yes, I was a bad employee. I was terrible. Not terrible by any regular standards that most people would judge a bad employee, but by the standards that the people who were punishing me had. See, what they wanted me to do is to give up who I was as a person, and to be cruel to my coworkers, and to be mean to other people, and to be insensitive and uncaring. And in truth, because I couldn't comply with their standards, and they were the standard setters, I was a bad employee. I was terrible. I was a terrible employee. By my own standards, I was great. I helped things to run more efficiently and smoother in that place that I was working in. But by my own standards. When you look at things from your own standards, that's one thing. And then when someone else looks at things from their standards, that's another thing. Yeah, religion is wrong from a scientific point of view. And science is wrong from a religious point of view. But if you look at things from its own standards, they're both perfect. Science is perfect and religion is perfect. And so is superstition. So when you judge people, as a black person, I may be terrible by somebody else's standards, because I don't quote, and I've been told this, I don't quote act black. I don't even know what the fuck that means, but I think I know what that's supposed to mean. And as a Christian, which I am, I'm a terrible Christian. Because I don't believe a lot of things that most Christians do. So therefore, by some Christian standards, I'm considered an atheist. I don't think of myself as an atheist, but I would be labeled as such. In fact, one coworker in a place I was working in before actually would call me an atheist because I didn't believe in God the way she believed in God. She had a particular way of believing in God. And from her point of view, what I was doing was blasphemy. My way of looking at God and thinking about God was blasphemy. I would imagine it from the standards of people like Sister Sunshine and others. I'm an atheist from their point of view. I don't see myself as an atheist, but that doesn't matter. I would imagine most criminals who get caught committing a crime don't see themselves as criminals. They see the government as the criminal. It's a matter of judgment and personal interpretation. And you can't use personal interpretation when you're trying to be objective. So, an orange can't judge itself, which oranges don't really have consciousness. But I'm just saying this is a metaphor. So all you people want to criticize that, go ahead and have poke a little fun at that. But an orange can't judge itself to be good. It has to be objective. All the other fruit has to look at it and say, no, you terrible, you too orange. You should be red like me, I'm an apple. And the peach may say, well, no, you got to be, peach colored like me. Like the plum that says, oh, well, you're not purple. That's your problem. Yeah, I guess that orange would be criticized, by every piece of fruit in the marketplace. I'm just being crazy on this video. But there is a point. It's something to think about.